r/IDontWorkHereLady, episode 34. I'm not your driver, and I have no idea why you would think I am. I had such a random IDWHL moment this past weekend. Nothing really crazy happened. I was in an Uber with 3 friends in Vegas, and we are on our way to meet up some more friends. We pull up to the place and we all get out and start walking towards the entrance when some guy steps in front of me. He's holding up his phone and smiling. He says to me, "Haha, we are the next ride." I didn't know what he was talking about, so I said, "Okay. Have fun." And went to walk past him with my friends. He turns and yells, "UHH, we are your next Uber ride." I then realize he thinks I'm his driver for some reason. The driver is literally still in the driver's seat and I just walked out of the car while laughing and talking with my 3 other friends who also just got out of the car. I have no idea why he thought I was his driver. I just responded with, "I'm not your driver, dude." My friends started laughing and we just walked inside while he stood there just staring at us. I'm still confused by it. Jumping into the wrong moving car. Reminded of this story from a few posts here about getting into the wrong cars. This is honestly one of the funniest things I have ever witnessed. So, one day after work my buddy and I planned to go play some disc golf, and he asked me to pick him up on the way. Some helpful background info here. We are both college students at time, and I was driving a silver minivan. Also, my friend, let's call him Brad, is a pretty big stoner, and can be an idiot at times. Anyway, I was on my way over to pick him up, and while stopped at a light a block or 2 away, texted him that I'm about to pull up. So Brad goes to stand by the street to wait for me. Light turns green, I go forward, and turn on his street. Right as I'm turning, I see an identical silver minivan driving down the street about 100 feet in front of me. I also see Brad by the street, watching this other minivan approach, slowly walking towards it. Immediately I know he is thinking it is me, and, knowing Brad is stoned and impulsive, know something is gonna go down. Unfortunately for the other minivan driver, he wasn't driving very fast, and also had his windows rolled down. So naturally Brad, not looking too closely, thinks it's me messing with him by not slowing down, and he proceeds to start sprinting at this car and jumps headfirst through the open passenger side window. I cannot believe what I just witnessed and stopped my car, doubling over in laughter as half of Brad is still sticking out of this car as it slams to a halt, and he finishes squirming his legs into the seat. He then, finally, looks up at the driver and goes, "Oh, you're not Opus." The driver happened to be some poor high school kid, looking on in shock and terror at this crazy looking college kid reeking of weed jumped into window. Not sure if he said anything, as Brad opens the door, gets out, apologizes, and sees me sitting in my car laughing my ass off 50 feet behind him. I was clearly not on the clock. But that didn't stop her from bitching at me, ruining my shopping trip. Yes, I just so happen to work for a green grocery store in direct competition with Whole Paycheck. I was there on my day off, in jeans, a brown t-shirt with a single Apple logo on it, and Nike floral slides. She had asked me something else on the other side of the store, which was fine. I was happy to send her on her way. But this time we were in the bakery area and she wanted the fresh baked muffins, but there were no bags. I was in mid-conversation with my roommate on our shopping trip when she interrupted me to bitch about not having bags to put the muffins in. Okay. I already told you I was off the clock, so I told her what I would have told anyone else. While I was on the clock, go talk to the deli, they have bags back there. The sheer indignation that she gave me was ridiculous. I was off the clock, not even in the green shirt, that is the uniform, and this bitch wanted me to drop my entire shopping so she could shove a muffin in her already fat face? We didn't stick around to see her reaction much longer. How was she even going to complain about me? Good luck with that. California has very strict labor laws. If you are not being paid, you do not work. My roommate needed my help shopping. That bitch has 2 hands. She could use getting a few more steps into her day. Still makes me mad just thinking about it. I wish I worked here. This happened to me a couple hours ago. I was at a popular basketball shop in Melbourne with some of my friends. They play NBA games on their TV, so I was just standing there watching the game. Some guy tapped my shoulder and said back quote, "Excuse me mate, could I ask you a question? You work here right?" I turned around and said no BC I didn't, but I might be able to help him. BC I work at another similar shop. Turns out I couldn't, and he apologized and left. But my friends and I found it pretty funny. Not all of these encounters are bad apparently.